Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to simply show an example, a perfect example in fact, of what oil rubbed bronze looks like as it ages with time. The image that's seen here is literally a local restaurant where I live. Pair of doors that swing out of the restaurant. Most of us, 90% of us, right, are right-handed. And you can look at that image and you can see the wear pattern of where 90% of us grab that door to pull it open. Oil rubbed bronze is what is classified as a living finish. It means to say that it's going to change with time. And the industry baseline expectation is that if someone is specifying oil rubbed bronze, which is better termed 613 finish, 613 is the Builders Hardware Manufacturers Association, BHMA, code for oil rubbed bronze when it's on a bronze base material. The industry expectation is that when someone specifies a part number and specifies the finish, they understand 613 is a living finish, which means it will absolutely change with time as it's exposed to the environment and as it's exposed to normal use. The picture that's seen here is a phenomenal example of what oil rubbed bronze looks like over time. There's been absolutely no maintenance done on these poles that I've ever witnessed, and I've been to this establishment multiple times, and shows how the oil rubbed process does simply wear off as you use the handle, as you pull on it and use it. And there is, unfortunately, in the industry, misuse of 613. Some manufacturers will call it 613, but it's a powder-coated finish over stainless steel. That's not 613. Alternatively, you can order a finish that would be a stable finish. There is, and the year now is 2018, and these pull handles in this picture, my guess, are about 2 years old at this point. I would say probably 2 years old. And that's what they'll look like after 2 years with normal restaurant use. There is a movement, and has been for a couple of years, for a oil rubbed bronze equivalent. It basically is powder coated dark bronze over a base material that's not going to be brass or bronze. They will use the least expensive base material available for the particular product, because the logic is, since you're going to powder coat it, why would you spend a lot of money for architectural bronze? So these exact poles could have been ordered in oil rubbed bronze equivalent, and those poles are probably, they're 8-foot doors certainly, the poles are probably 84-inch tall. They have, what you're looking at there is a mid-post, which is in the relative center of the installation. It's in the center of the installation, probably not centered on the door. That lock cylinder height is probably somewhere in the 40-inch range from the floor. Assuming that those poles are made in a stainless steel, like if you had ordered a satin stainless steel finish, like a 630 finish, or a 629 finish, polished stainless steel, if you ordered an oil rubbed bronze equivalent, they're going to powder coat the less expensive of the base materials, which in this case would be stainless steel. Anyway, the bottom line is, do you want a finish that's stable, that will not change with time as use and exposure to the environment would act on it? If you want a stable, non-changing finish, you do not want 613. Please do not order it. It will not be what you want. Because the industry has an expectation of definitions of terms, that's where the problem comes in. Someone who doesn't make a living in the construction industry will very understandably order oil rubbed bronze and not understand the nuances of the definition like people would that make a living in the hardware industry. So this video is to simply help clarify what 613 is and what it's not. And if what you want is stable, order an oil rubbed bronze equivalent, or specifically state, I want a powder coat to be compatible or matching with oil rubbed bronze. If what you want is what's pictured here, where it will age with time, I personally find oil rub, as it ages with use, an elegant and gorgeous finish. I do not like the equivalent finish because I can tell it's powder coated. And it's compatible and it holds up much better, it's not impervious to failure. And an example of that would kind of be if you looked at the left side pole, you'll see some nicks that are on there, some scratches, some gouges. That happens with any contact of the user and the hardware, really not your hand, but if you have a ring on your finger or keys in your hands or something else in your hand and you pull on that bar, metal touching metal or whatever will scratch it, just like it would if it was, you know, a rock chip hitting a car as you're driving down the highway. Powder coat will not be impervious to scratch damage, but it won't turn elegantly with time as true oil rub is. And as you wear that oil rub process off, you reveal the base material, the golden brown base material of brass bronze below. People have asked me, hey, is there something I can do maintenance-wise to bring back the look of oil rub bronze? And I've never done the process. I have witnessed it being done. I know that it involves corrosive chemicals that should not be ingested, should not be present in with people who are not experienced and trained on how to do oil rubbing. But you can, you know, Google it on. I've been told, and I don't understand all the facts. You can Google online and find out how to do homemade oil rub bronze. Obviously, any sort of process like that would void the manufacturer's warranty when it comes to an original finish. But can something be done? I've been told that there is. I've never done it and don't know how you would go about doing it. Very beautiful finish that's there. If you have any questions on finishes, how they apply, the definitions of such, and interestingly enough, this is called 613. We know that because we can see the bronze brass base material below. If you wanted an oil rubbed bronze finish over a different base material, in most cases steel, you wouldn't call it 613. You would call it 640 because 640 is oil rubbed, where the base material is steel and not bronze. That's how the definition changes. Any questions on finishes, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We don't want any misunderstandings and love to bring us all on the same level of enjoyment when it comes to high quality finished hardware. Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders. Thank you.